Attention gamers. A wise Rav once said, "Being the same is lame in this game of blame," which is why my claim to fame came from the commentary I proclaim, like giving every champ a new nickname, or losing fights due to bad aim, and embracing the flame, which is a shame, but people still know my name, because I try my best to bring fun to this game. So in line with being different, in this video I have decided to take two junglers that are classified as marksmen, or as Riot would say, markspeople, because apparently saying words with men in them make you a bad person. But anyways, I played Graves and rolled a dank snowball as ADC, and I want to people shun that this was my first time on Graves and I brought evidence to prove this point. And then I decided to rock this little goat shepherd and her jizzy floaty friend Ghost Fetish Freak as an ADC, because slaying a fat ass and then being able to stare death in the face and laugh before running off is just a good time. But before we go too far, and show how powerful these markspeople are, how about a few more bars? A lot of you were left wanting more after my first fire freestyle that I spit for a bit in my last sponsored message, so give it up for Rav's Raid Rap, Episode 2. Let's talk about Raid, baby. Let's talk about a game that's free.
On mobile and PC.
Let's talk about all the good times and the loot you'll get if you play with me.
By using my link in the description.
Let's talk about Raid.
Baby.
Today I want to tell you about Raid's different factions, each containing characters with unique interactions. So let me click on dwarves, just to guess your reactions, cause I bet Banana Betty's graphics will bring you great satisfactions.
And bodily protractions.
But I don't play this dank turn-based fantasy, just to main humans or real-world things I can be. You see, I like to play the freaky ones, time and time again. Dwarves may have cute buns and guns, but I like rolling with the lizard men. These dudes got wings, double chins and roided acne, plus dope synergies like auras that buff ally HP. Then I take my roster full of frog-like freaks to fight in the ongoing tournaments like the Ice Golem's Peaks, where I get to the boss and slap some mad cheeks, topping player leaderboards with my genius techniques. So give Raid a try and download the game. Use my link below for rewards you can claim, like free coins plus Utune and his Sword of Flame, who will help you stomp through the early game. Then join my clan. Rav on Raid is my name. Okay, for those of you that watched my ad or are downloading Raid now, I appreciate you, and for those of you putting timestamps in my comments of when it's over, eat my ass. Now freaking slap that like button and leave a comment below telling me your favorite flavor Dorito or something, so the YouTube algorithm treats my content with some respect. Here are the runes I took, but I am not going to act like I didn't just pull these off the first Google link, because at this point, Mafia Man was still a mystery to me. The game starts off with the tunnel digging droid waiting for the bride to take off her purple bubble wrap before running up and showing that Riot's faulty code prevails over flashes as I come in to dot the I's and blatantly whiff the T's, but luckily you can't miss autos, so I score some assist G's. Then their jungler is just chilling in our lane, but Benny the bedazzled butt muncher is here too, so we provoke the fight as I fail to understand how to run out of a circle before telling the Spartan that he may be the star of 300, but I will be taking his 350. Then Legolas tries to leave, but me and Benny do some buddy blinking before Rav Daddy secures the dangerous double. I am now all alone with this simp in his scarf, so I ask my support to come join us, which forces the archer to do what any logical player would do: run in the opposite direction of safety before snake sticking the robot and kiting into the cove. I take the scenic route over to Mr. Mispositioned as everyone and their uncle comes to join the party, at which point I am shitting little rabbit poops in my pants, but the first kill puts a little pep in my step to get out of the 50 Shades of Grey bondage fest. Then I do some weed walking to cancel this twerp's auto attacks, calculated and intentionally of course, before using the Cove Rock as my pussy pillar and playing some Ring Around the Rosie with the ratchet ass prom queen. Then the brain dead bride comes up with the brilliant idea to flash toward our tower, but luckily me and that stud of a statue are boys and we always talk about the winged women we've gone after, so he adds this one to his collection. Now here's a quick hint: League's just a psychology experiment, so when you are stuck in lane with a feeding flint, try dishing out a compliment to prevent a toxic int. And my strategy of not being a total dickhead to my teammates paid off when that robot strolled back into lane with the confidence of a man with a meaty cock and grabbed that prissy prom queen, demanding she take a shower in my fiery shrapnel. A fight breaks out in the Wyvern Ring and I run up to join the battle before realizing it may be a long one, so I step back to let out a quick fart so I don't have to hold it in around all those people before joining the group. Turns out the smell followed me, but luckily they all are blaming Echo for it as I sit in the back unnoticed and right-click my way to some more wealth. Benny Buttmunch is in a tussle with the soon-to-be sad gladiator as Blitz asks if they can speak privately for a sec, which prompts him to flash out of danger back into danger, and we secure the kill. Then the pageant badge makes fun of the golden shadow that Echo ties to himself by turning her tits into trophies, which prompts a raging shitter swing to send her home. Back at Bot, and the bubble wrap gives Blitz the blue ball, so he lifts the bride to sneak a peek up her dress as I come in to button bash her back to base. My team plays a quick game of Smear the Spear before checking on top to see that the male stripper is succumbing to the spits of tiny tits, so I gather the boys and send a text to Blitz to propose we do Operation Splits, as my dumbass flashes but nothing hits, which was sad I must admit, as we run to the bushes where he sits. But none of us find Mr. Midget shits, until our Blitz finally gets the one with poison spits. Word. Then both teams scheduled a party in River at the same time, which was awkward as hell until my support gives Draco Malfoy a firm handshake and we burst him down before he can puss out in his puddle. The sky shits out a Spartan and I give him a warm greeting by ulting to shower the shitters in shrapnel, which is then followed up with me very methodically jamming my elbows feverishly against my right click button to secure a quadra. As I pursue the penta, I cast a heal on my dead teammate just to prove that what is about to be announced did not come from skill. I take a trip back to memory lane to revisit the glory of that time when I killed 5 people, only to see that they are reliving it too, but this time they want it to end with 5 people killing me, so I run like the wind before getting curb stomped and stuck in the masses, but they don't realize that Rav's rocking a winner's ween as I hold my own and the pretty boy does an empty-handed front flip to distract them. I then spectate the rest of their team getting shit on from the stands, which results in the first game to end in a vote to give us boys the fat victory. At which point it was time for the second jungling genderless marksperson to be brought to the bot lane. I believe the runes for this albino goat look like this because you have a move that says if you can count to 3 on an enemy, it'll send the little smoky sperm cloud over to chomp the hoe, so press the attack goes well with that and the rest is just filler icing, I guess. This time Sir Simsalot from Sparta was on our team and decided to pay us bot lane goats an early visit. He spreads some butter on the shield slut and I deploy Gasly to patrol the area. We chase through the perky tits' fire tantrum before I finish off my 3 pop chomp for the kill. But this baker bought enough ingredients to make 2 batches of dead bitch brownies, so he does a bush flash and bash on Miss Bodacious Boobies to give your boy his first kindred mark. Then the 3 of us decide to take a family vacation to give the goats their first taste of floating calamari. But I was still hungry, so I made them stop to get some white meat at McDragon's on the way home before Baldo the baker takes to the sky to fetch us some dessert. I tell him I'm in the mood for a tank, but my support is craving something with a lot of damage, so he just serves us Leona because that stupid broken bitch has it all. A few minutes later Mr. Tomness is off in Narnia and the shielded Solari shit tit sees me all alone, so she protracts her ween at me before showing me the new 5 gum commercial, but I don't bite. I'm busy rocking the kite, as Rakan comes in to steal the spotlight. But Cupid didn't get lubed up for nothing and wants to rub his body all over this cute red head, but she politely declines as her fat drunk uncle comes in to stop the abuse. Perky Tits goes full-blown arsonist as Beer Belly begs me to do a keg stand, so I drop the immortal dance floor to help me get out of the shitfest. But I am a League of Legends player after all, so I can't just accept winning a fight and not greeting to make it an even trade, so I taunt Uncle Buck to bait my support back, and my actions successfully help their team recover some of their lost gold. A small dispute breaks out when we see a group of them trying to last-minute claim a dragon that we've been planning to adopt for the last 6 minutes, but if you haven't heard, I have a big brain like a nerd, so I use my skills as a shepherd to do a ginger perky tits herd because her ult in that pit would have been absurd, before I run back to my team to help them slay the third. Word. Then I go jungle jogging to try and find the one who just looks like he would be the fat smelly dude creeping out girls at a toga party, and when I find him he does a quick slurp to maintain his belligerence before bursting me, but I drop the floor that fails all fatalities as I even the playing fields and drop a last second heal in what I would like to classify as an outplay. To which he commentates his own failure as I tell my support that I need one more paycheck before we can go shopping, as the fat drunk Uncle Buck accuses my identity of being fraudulent, to which I would just like to say, who's the real Rav now, bitch? So I continue to provoke the doubters' death fest until stupid mom has to come in the room and deploy her 867 different forms of CC to keep the block on this cock, but I read her a few of my favorite quotes about 2 goats and asked her to take notes. The first went like this: when 2 goats get in a fight with the broken knight, they just might pull off the slick kite to send the bitch out of sight. And then the second was, drink my piss you doubting fat ass. We are just chilling like it's 1986 until my teammates hear that the Solari salesperson is in the neighborhood, so they flee, leaving me to get stuck listening to her solar system sales pitch all by myself. But I do a goat hop to get out of the pyromaniac's projectile vomiting as the boys show that more CC brings more GG. Then I prove that this is my first time on Kindred as well when Swaggy sword drag spins over the wall and I try to follow only to get cucked like a sped moron. We take the long way to finish, telling Twirly Tits to stop dragging his sword when he walks as he gives the whole immortality gig a try, but turns out he can't quite pull it off like me. I am looking for a good place to drop my smoky sperm cloud off when I go to work, and I read that there's one that offers a lot of wombo called the Dead Bitch Daycare, so I run over and drop him off there, which turned out great because there was all kinds of dumb stuff for him to chew on all day to keep him busy while Dad was off making mad money. At this point the theme is balls deep in greed, which doesn't fare too well for my support, but I'm fed and ready to dash like a dart to drop some domes and deliver me a quick double. They have now lost all hope as the fat ass just wants to nay, but I want this to be GG, so we deliver the CC to make the last fight quick and easy, which forces them to issue an FF and I take home some more LP. Now it's been a while since I put in a concert from my Discord, so I am going to have Stormtune bring this one to a close with his beatboxing. Brush your teeth tonight, Rav out.